Here we go with part 54 of my WWE Smackdown Shut Your Mouth playthrough. As I kind of fall into a lisp all of a sudden here. Anyway, part 54, we're getting on to the next week here, and we're going to, as it says, I have a tag team match here where I get to team up with the Acolytes, and that's not going to happen. Nope, in fact, we're going to get into another match that Vince and Flair are going to put me into that screw me over. We'll just kind of see how that goes, though. Because there's one thing that I've kind of talked about before, and I'm only going to get to show it off here. So Vince is going to explain now that they have 100% ownership and all the championships are theirs. Basically, they can do anything that they want. And he says that we're going to have a handicap match. Well, guess what? I'm going to be in it, and of course, it's against 3 people, not just 2. And it's a 1-on-3 match. It's not a 1-on-trio match. Actually, something else comes up before that, but the 1-on-trio match works more like a tag team match, whereas 1-on-3 matches, everyone's in the ring at the same time. Anyway, I decided to ask Ivory for a little bit of help with my countering. And she says, let me see if I can get a match for you, and then I will face you. So, guess what's about to happen? I was kind of hoping I edited out this loading screen, but I guess I didn't. Yeah, I get to be in a match with Ivory. In today's WWE, the chances of seeing a guy and a girl wrestle in a match together is so minusculely low at this point. And it's just all from the stigmas right now of men hitting women is bad. And I'm not going to say that it's good, but this is a TV show. This is fake. This is entertainment. If a girl is tough enough to wrestle a guy, they should do it. And I mean, I guess that's part of the problem here. A lot of the girls right now aren't built as tough as the guys. And I mean, that's just a nature thing. Before anyone jumps down my throat, and I've said this before, in nature, with humans, men are generally bigger than girls. It's not me being sexist, that is the rules of nature. That is how things work. I cannot change that. Obviously there are exceptions to the rule, there always are. But anyway, the point is we'd never see something like this in the WWE today, and we didn't usually see things like this in the WWE 10 years ago either. I mean, it certainly wasn't common back then, still once in a blue moon. And usually it involved a bigger woman like China. And there's no one really like that right now. But anyway, I don't even know why this match happened. Nothing happens after it. I just I beat her and that's it. I don't know, maybe it gives me a bit of a stat boost. I don't usually check the superstar rankings, but the main point of this video today is the handicap match that we're going to be getting into really shortly here, because I'm pretty sure that I beat Ivory right now. Oh, no, I punch her first. I'm not sure if I even go for a finish. Oh, maybe I do go for a finisher. I believe at this time I'd changed my finishers. I dropped the spinning toe hold and just gave myself a standard cloverleaf as my secondary finisher. So it's like usually I'd go for the power bomb and then the cloverleaf. But the way I put it is that the cloverleaf is my main finisher right now. So if I was facing a guy like Kevin Nash or The Undertaker, who someone like me would clearly not be able to lift into a powerbomb position, I would just go for the standard cloverleaf instead of the powerbomb into the move. Or maybe the match has just been going on for a while and we're all exhausted and I just try to lock it in. Excuse me. But anyway, this triple threat match, I did something special with this one. I think I've talked about anyway, an exploit to easily win matches. And this can be done in any match with a disqualification on. What you do is you leave the north side of the ring, or it doesn't matter what side you leave, but the idea is you have to get a weapon from the north side of the ring, because that will always be a table. Next, you want to get that table into the ring. This is a little difficult when you have 3 people ganging up on you at once. Fortunately, Edge just decided to go and take out Kevin Nash by accident. Now, I actually do pull this off. It takes a bit, but I do pull it off. And this is just an example of the AI being really friggin' stupid in this game. So anyway, I had that table for a minute anyway. You see, I think the issue here was I was trying to find it and I couldn't. Just because you can barely see it out there. You just saw a glimpse of the edge for a second there. But the idea here is that you can actually trick the computer into disqualifying themselves with the table. I'm not sure if it works with the ladder. In fact, with a ladder, I think when they do the move with it, it doesn't count for some reason. But anyway, what I did here, just to trick the opponents a little bit, is I went to the one side of the ring, came out the other. I basically just got them to chase me around the ring so they'd be on one side while I would be able to go and get the dang table. Until they did this, which didn't work so well. But I believe I get the table now. And what you want to do is get it in the ring and set it up in the corner. Unfortunately, you also have to deal with wrestling the ref, because he's gonna, if you bring a weapon in the ring and it's a disqualification match is on, then the ref is going to take that weapon right out of your hands and throw it out. So you have to be quick. And as always, it's a lot easier in singles matches. I actually did this trick all the time. I used to use it as a means to get through the story mode really quickly. Okay, so once you have that set up in the corner, what you want to do is just run into the table. Just keep running into it. I'd show it off a bit better, but obviously I'm in the wrong corner. So you just keep running into the table until someone grabs you, because for that split second while you're on there, they can do a grapple move to break you through that table, which will result in a disqualification and you get to win the match. So the way I played it out in story is that I tricked them into throwing me through a table, which means I still get the win, even though I got the crap beaten out of me in a 3-on-1 handicap match. But I still got the win and get to escape unscathed because I'm a crafty bastard. So what does that mean? We get to move on to the 4th week here. Something definitely happens in this part. There's not till the end, but we have a nice, interesting little tidbit that happens here. Like I said, the stuff with Ivory's already over, so I find Rhino and he just threatens me, so I turn around and run because Rhino's he's not the tallest guy, but he's really stocky and he's really big, and he's not a guy that you want to mess with. His name is Rhino, for God's sake. Anyway, this match is nothing too much to talk about, so let's talk about WrestleMania that just passed. WrestleMania 31. I thought it was a damn good show. I don't think I'd put it in my top 5 of all time, but it's definitely in my top 10. Probably around 7th or 8th place. I mean, I can name my top 5 WrestleManias really easily. The only 2 that really get me are the top 2, because sometimes they change a bit, but I guess my top 5 WrestleManias are 19, 17, 30, 18, and 20. And then the next 5, it changes up a little bit, but I'd say 31 is definitely my top 10. Great show top to bottom. I loved Seth Rollins cashing in on Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar's match to make it a triple threat. I wasn't expecting that, actually. I was expecting him to cash in the next night on Raw. Randy Orton and Seth Rollins had a great match. I love that finish, the curb stomp that he got launched into the air, and then the RKO coming down. That was amazing. The ladder match was good. It was about, it was definitely an entertaining match as expected, and Daniel Bryan won, which I also expected. Rusev vs. Cena was a great match. Definitely loved that one. I mean, even if Cena won and I expected it, Rusev looked really good in that match. I've always thought Rusev was great. I mean, well, I haven't always thought that, I guess. When he first came in, I was just kind of on Rusev. I didn't hate him, I didn't love him. Then after a while, he started to really win me over. I missed the Divas tag match, not out of choice, but because I went to eat dinner when the performances came on, the musical performances, and then the Divas match was right after, and I ended up missing it too. Oh well, though. What other match? Sting and Triple H, the match that made no sense but was absolutely entertaining to watch. I loved when DX came out, and then the NWO. Oh my god, I can't believe that Scott Hall and Hulk Hogan took hits like that and went down. It was amazing. And then there was the pre-show matches. I barely catched the tag match, but I don't really care because the Usos didn't win. And the Battle Royal was fun too. But anyway, I kind of have to rush my thoughts here. I would have talked a little bit more, but we are at the end of the 4th week, so the pay-per-view's coming up, and Vince and Flair have a lot of people on him, so I got a target on my back. But who's going to come save me? It's Triple H, the guy who beat me for the title at the Royal Rumble. So yeah, I thought he was Triple H's enemy. Apparently not. Apparently the game does not want any more of this shit. So I just got one hell of an ally.